Have you been looking for a great place to live? Well, you're thinking about moving to the Las Vegas area. Well, you know what? We have three cities here: Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. And if you want to find out the pros and cons of living in Henderson, stand by and I'm going to have all that information for you. Hi, my name is Eric Hudson. If we haven't met, I'm a real estate agent here in the Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, and of course today Henderson area. And every single week someone reaches out to me by call, text, or email. And just wanted to let you know, if you want to reach out, you can. Information is in the info tab. Just call, text, or email, and we'll get back to you. And the best thing to do is go ahead and look down there. We'll have a calendar link, and you can book 15 minutes of my time. That way you know that I'll be available, and we can get all of your questions answered. So, you're thinking about moving this area, and a lot of people want to move to the Henderson area for multiple reasons. So let's go ahead and go over the pros and cons of living in Henderson so you kind of understand what's going on and see if Henderson is the right place for you. Now, the first pro is the cost of housing. The cost of housing for what you get is very reasonable in Henderson. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. It is a little bit more expensive than some areas of Las Vegas and plenty of areas in North Las Vegas. But for what you get compared to some of the other cities, especially here on the West Coast, you are getting an absolute bargain by moving to Henderson. So many people are moving from the Southern California area, and they're selling their homes, buying a house here, and sometimes buying a second one, and still have money left over. Now, that's affordability, especially when you consider how close we are to Southern California and all of the things that you can do here in the Las Vegas area. And even in Henderson, there is plenty to do. The next pro, diverse job opportunities. There are so many jobs coming to Henderson. On top of that, Henderson is very close to the Las Vegas Strip, so you have that when you're looking for employment. So now you have affordable housing and a great diverse job market. So there is more than just entertainment for your career. Henderson is a very diverse community with lots of jobs, including retail and just about everything else. And on top of that, the wonderful Las Vegas Raiders, their headquarters are actually in Henderson. Now, the next pro. People are always asking me, where's a safe place to live? Well, first of all, I can't tell you where is a safe place to live and where to avoid or any of that stuff because it's out of a fairness thing that we have. But I can tell you this much. The crime rate in Henderson is lower than Las Vegas or North Las Vegas, and it is lower than you would have in many of the places on the West Coast like Los Angeles. So this is a great place to live. I'm saying, in my opinion, a great place to live with great housing, great jobs, and a low crime rate. Now, the next thing that's great about living in Henderson is the same thing that's great about living in Las Vegas and North Las Vegas or any other place around here. Zero state income taxes. This is a really great thing. And not only that, the property taxes are very reasonable too compared to some other places. So you get no income taxes and low real estate taxes, putting even more money in your pocket. So can you imagine the same job that you had in Southern California if you were to move to Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, or importantly, Henderson? You now have even more money because most of the jobs here pay the same as they do in Southern California, which means more money in your pocket with a lower cost of living and, of course, lower housing prices. So that means your standard of living goes up just by moving here. And number 5 on the list, the school systems. If you go to a site like greatschools.org, you'll find that many of the schools here in Henderson are absolutely phenomenal. I must not lie. I know that Nevada and the Las Vegas area does not have the greatest reputation for the school system. And yes, we do have near failing schools for some areas. In Henderson, you have a lot of great opportunities for schools. As a matter of fact, you need to go to greatschools.org and figure out where are the best schools for you. You'll see that many of them are located in Henderson. So what are the cons? It sounds like there's so many pros to living in Henderson. Well, number one con, weather. Now, 9 months out of the year, I'll say more like 8, the weather's great. The spring, the fall are wonderful. You're just walking around, no jacket, short sleeve shirt. It is absolutely perfect weather. Wintertime, it's actually mild. It does get a little cold, but you're not, no, bundled down like you'd be in some place like Chicago. But those summers, I can't lie. The summers here are brutal. Brutal. Yeah, 115 degrees is not a big deal. And forget this crap they talk about a dry heat. No, it is hot. So that is one of the number one cons that I find living here in the Henderson area. Now, the next con. Now, I said how great the housing prices are. Yeah, they are. But compared to some other parts of Las Vegas or North Las Vegas, they are higher. So when you look, you need to see if you actually want to live in Henderson for certain reasons or if you're trying to save some money. You will save more money by living in certain parts of Las Vegas, Summerlin not included. And you will definitely save money if you want to live in North Las Vegas. So you have to decide, do you want the lifestyle of Henderson or to save a little bit of money? Now, there are areas of Henderson that are a little bit more cost friendly. That's a good one to use. The main one is going to be what we call Old Henderson. And if you look for a place in Old Henderson, you are going to save a little bit of money, and it's comparable to some of the older parts of Las Vegas and North Las Vegas. The next con, traffic. You know, the entire valley is growing, and certain parts of Henderson, you're going to have a lot of traffic, especially on the surface roads. So be careful where you live at. See if you have easy access to the Beltway, the 15, the 95, something, because you can get in some parts and you're going to have bumper to bumper traffic. But let's be honest, that's for most places. It's just that because Henderson is growing so fast, you may have a little bit more of that when you're in Henderson. Another con, renting. Let's say you want to rent in Henderson because you can't buy just now. I'm going to be honest, rents are much higher in Henderson. So because of the desirability of the area, if you're trying to rent a house, be expected to fork out a lot of money. You're going to fork out a lot of money these days anyway because the rent is too dang high. But it's going to be even higher in Henderson. So if you're looking at renting, I would look more towards the Las Vegas or North Las Vegas area. And that is a con. And finally, con number 5, sales taxes. The property taxes may be reasonable, but in my opinion, the sales taxes have gotten a little bit extreme. From the time I moved here to now, the sales tax have gone up by about 1.5%. That adds up when you're buying things. And Nevada is one of those states that has gone grabbing for the internet. So yep, your Amazon purchases and dadgum everything else, you're pretty much going to be paying taxes on it. There are few places that you're going to order online and not have to pay taxes. This is, of course, even if you're living in Las Vegas or North Las Vegas, same as Henderson, you're going to have higher taxes. Now, the saving grace is they do not tax food that is unprepared. So anything you pretty much buy in the grocery store, except for maybe snack foods because you can eat that direct. And medicine is not taxed. So there is a saving grace because I know plenty of places where they still tax your groceries. And to be honest, with the price of groceries these days, you don't need to add tax on top of that. Okay, we've gone over the pros and cons. Let's just break it down. The pros outweigh the cons. I have more people when they say where they want to live, it's either Henderson or Summerlin. Well, as you can see, Henderson's one of them. And of course, a lot of them want to move to the newer areas, the newer bills, places with a name like Green Valley. Well, that's the way it is. So now you have some information for your move if you're thinking about moving to the Las Vegas area. And if you are thinking about making that move, hey, call, text, or email. Information's in the info tab down below. You can get on the calendar. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you believe you've received just a little bit of value today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I think it's over on this side now, and it's a different color or something. All these changes with YouTube are driving me crazy.